Memorial Day is, a solemn day. It is a day set aside for our nation. We pause our busy lives, we reflect, and we come together to remember. This day honors brave men and women. These are the soldiers who did not come home. They made the ultimate sacrifice for America. Their courage and service really define this day. It is a day of profound national gratitude, and we acknowledge a debt that can never be fully repaid. This day is more than just a holiday. It is not merely the start of summer. It holds a much deeper, sacred meaning. It is a time for solemn contemplation. We think about the cost of our freedom, and we consider the price paid by so many. Their stories are woven into our history, and their sacrifice safeguards our present and future. This understanding is truly vital for every American. It connects us to our shared heritage. The tradition of Memorial Day has deep roots. It began in the years after the Civil War, when our nation was healing from a great divide. Communities started decorating soldiers' graves, honoring those who fell on both sides. It was a way to mourn and to unify. Over many decades, this practice grew and eventually became an official federal holiday in 1971. Now it is a cornerstone of our national identity, a day to honor all who died in American wars. These heroes fought for the ideals we cherish. They believed in liberty and justice for all, and they stood for democracy and opportunity. Their sacrifice was made on distant shores and sometimes on our own soil. Because of them, our flag still waves. Because of them, we live in freedom. This day, we remember their unwavering spirit, we reflect on the precious gift they protected, and their legacy is the peace we strive to maintain. We honor these fallen soldiers for their immense courage. They faced unimaginable dangers with bravery, and they stood firm in the face of adversity. Many were young, with their whole lives ahead, yet they answered the call to serve. They put the needs of the nation first. Their selflessness is an example for all, and it speaks to the best of the human spirit. This courage deserves our highest respect. We remember their valor and their commitment. Their sacrifice was not in vain. It protected us. It preserved the United States of America, and it defended our cherished way of life, the freedoms we often take for granted. Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, the right to pursue our dreams, these were secured by their actions. They stood as guardians of our liberty, and their efforts ensured our nation could endure. We live under the blanket of their protection. The loss of these service members is honestly felt profoundly. Families grieve for sons and daughters, husbands and wives. Parents mourn children they will never see again, and children grow up without a mother or father. Communities feel the absence of their friends and neighbors, and the entire nation shares in this sorrow. Each life lost is a story cut short, a future unrealized, a potential unfulfilled. Their absence leaves a void in our hearts. This collective grief binds us together in remembrance. To honor them is a fundamental American duty. It is a promise we make to them, a promise that their sacrifice will not be forgotten. It is how we acknowledge our profound debt, a debt of gratitude that spans generations. By remembering, we keep their spirit alive. We ensure their stories continue to inspire, and this act of honoring shapes our national character. It reminds us of the price of peace, and it calls us to be worthy of their sacrifice. Across our land, parades mark Memorial Day. Main streets fill with citizens, young and old. Veterans march with pride, though some step slowly. Military bands play patriotic music, and the sound of drums echoes with solemn respect. Fire trucks and community groups join in, while children wave small American flags with enthusiasm. These parades are a public display of unity. They show our collective respect and gratitude, serving as a visible reminder of community and shared values. A deeply personal tradition is placing flags on graves, both in national cemeteries and small-town churchyards. Volunteers, often Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, participate. They move respectfully among the headstones, placing a small American flag at each marker. Rows upon rows transform into fields of red, white, and blue. It is a quiet, powerful tribute to each individual. Each flag represents a life given for our country. This act ensures no hero is forgotten, a simple gesture with profound meaning. There is a special moment designated for all Americans. It is the National Moment of Remembrance. This occurs at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, local time. Wherever we are, whatever we are doing, we are asked to pause for 1 minute to reflect on the meaning of Memorial Day, to think of those who died in service. It is a shared, silent tribute across time zones, a collective breath taken by a grateful nation. This quiet moment connects us all in remembrance. Many families also gather on Memorial Day. These gatherings are often filled with reflection. They might share stories of loved ones who served, or recall family members lost in war. Older generations pass on the importance of the day, explaining its meaning to younger family members. Sometimes, it is a time for a special meal, a time to reconnect and reinforce family bonds. These traditions, big and small, keep memories alive. They ensure the legacy of heroes endures. I recall a story, simple yet profound. A young girl attended a Memorial Day service. She saw an elderly veteran standing alone. He carefully placed a flower on a weathered gravestone, then stood at attention, offering a slow salute. The girl asked her father why the old man looked so sad. Her father explained the meaning of sacrifice. He spoke of friendship, duty, and loss. The veteran was remembering a fallen comrade, a friend who never returned from the war. The father gently approached the veteran later. He thanked him for his service, and for his tribute. The veteran, his eyes misty, shared a brief memory. He spoke of a young man full of life and laughter. A brother in arms, lost too soon on a foreign field. He said, "I come here every year, I have to." So he knows he's not forgotten by us. The young girl listened, her expression thoughtful. In that moment, the true weight of the day touched her. She understood it was about real people, real sacrifices. Remembering these heroes is of vital importance. It is not just about looking to the past, it is about understanding our present. It teaches each new generation about true courage. It informs them about the cost of liberty, and it instills a sense of civic duty and respect. Their stories are lessons in patriotism and sacrifice. They remind us that freedom is not free. It has been bought with a heavy price. This knowledge helps us value what we have. So let us all embrace the spirit of Memorial Day. Let us actively participate in its traditions. Attend a local parade or a memorial service. Visit a cemetery and reflect on the names. Pause for that national moment of remembrance. Share stories of heroism with your children. Fly the American flag with reverence and pride. By these actions we keep their memory burning bright. We ensure their sacrifices continue to inspire. For these fallen heroes are and always will be the best of America.